has with Joe Biden. But I think what's kind of delicious about tonight, as just a viewer, is that the president didn't have a great debate, and the president had to come out today and said, "Let Joe be Joe," which he probably doesn't mean. Let Joe be Joe, and then Joe Biden has to have a great debate to really stop.
We should have renamed this "Delicious Debate Night."
Delicious.
Yeah, Gloria Borger, David Gergen, thanks very much. Let's check in with Soledad at the debate hall. Soledad.
All right, Anderson, thanks. You know, the program officially is underway. Right at the half hour, there was this hush that fell over the hall. You could have heard a pin drop. And then a representative from the Commission for Presidential Debates came out and welcomed everybody. They're starting the official program right now. And she also mentioned that this is a homecoming. You'll remember the 2000 vice presidential debate was held here, and so she welcomed everyone as well. There are folks we've now sort of been spotting in the seats behind us. Why don't you tell me, Dana, who you've seen?
First of all, the most interesting so far, front row, is Ted Olson. You mentioned before, but he is really almost, it looks like he could be in the eyesight of Paul Ryan. He is...
Intentionally, probably.
Probably. The man who spent the past month flying around the country with Paul Ryan, doing mock debates, playing the role of Joe Biden. And I'm told that he was very much in character, especially the last week or so. He didn't break character. He tried to be, you know, right down the line, Joe Biden. The other person that is interesting, who's down there right behind Ted Olson, is Reince Priebus. He is, of course, the chairman of the Republican Committee.
Chatting with him this morning.
Exactly. Yes, that was an interesting interview. But he's also known Paul Ryan forever. They're from the same district in the state of Wisconsin, and they're both young, and they basically grew up together in Wisconsin politics. So for him, this is an important moment politically, but also personally.
We've seen Rand Paul as well, and other, of course, elected officials. Brianna, what are you watching for tonight? Obviously, we've got roughly 25 minutes before this really officially gets underway, the actual debate.
You know, the thing I love about it is you can say you're watching for something, but the fact is, I feel like at the end of the night, whatever happens is nothing that we could have necessarily predicted. So that, to me, is the beauty of it. But right now, what I'm looking for, I'm looking toward the foreign policy section of this. To me, this is so intriguing because you have Joe Biden, who really has a leg up when it comes to foreign policy, having been the chairman of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, and Paul Ryan doesn't really have that experience, but at the same time, the Obama-Biden ticket is so vulnerable when it comes to Libya that he's really vulnerable, I think, to some attacks, and I want to see how he handles that.
It was interesting to hear Mitt Romney talk about Paul Ryan's lack of experience, almost making a joke like, I think he's had one debate, maybe another one in high school or something like that. That is, of course, not exactly correct. He's had more than one debate in his past.
Exactly. And, you know, obviously, they're on a much smaller scale.
Yeah, not a national scale.
And a tiny little stage compared to what is going to happen tone, which is tens of millions of viewers. I think the most analogous is the kind of debating that we saw earlier in the story that we did. One-on-one with the President of the United States at the GOP retreat that they had a couple of years ago, the healthcare summit where he also went head-to-head with Joe Biden. So he certainly has experience on a national stage. Nothing like this.
Right, it'll be interesting to see how this